Hey guys, Susanna here. Well, I'm back and I have stitched this down. You can see what I've done here, and I am wanting to do put some fabric and stuff on the back of it. I just want to see how big this is. I'm going to get my rotary cutter. Actually, might see. And then I've got the rotary cutter. We'll see how big this is. This is a very, very, very bright. So that's 10 by 10 and a quarter. 10 by 10 and a quarter. Okay. So basically 10 square. So what I need, I bought myself some of this fabric. Not fabric. What's the name? It's a bit thinner than normal, so it's a wadding. So I need 2 lots of 10 by 10. So what I'll do is I'll maybe do 10 and a half, and we'll cut it up. Oh, sorry about the colour of this thing, it's awful, really bright. So we'll go 10 and a half by 10 and a half. Here we go. 10 and a half, which is there, by 10 and a half, which is there. It's going to be a little bit hard to cut, but you know, that'll do me. I'll square it off properly later. Oh, it is moving like crazy. This is why you know, I'm doing 10 and a halves to make up for the fact. I might do the same with this. I'm just going to cut and then I'll square it up later. So what I'm going to do is have 2 squares of 10 and a half by 10 and a half. I'm hoping. There we go. A little more. And then I'm going to be making handles. We'll square this up. At the moment it's just a bit hard to handle because it's so big. So now I'm going to be having handles of this like this here, where I've just gotten, you know, this is quite old and has seen better days. So so I cut a strip off. I'll measure out that because that's actually a good size to have over your shoulder. So I'll measure out that and I'll cut the fabric. Yeah. Okay. So what I'll do, and we got this, I'll measure that up straight. There we go. So we've got 1 straight edge. See if we can make 2 straight edges. That's straight. There we go. So that here and here is straight. We'll do 10 and a quarter. That's by just 10. Oh, it's only just. We could probably do 10 and I'll just do 10 by 10 to be honest. I think that's going to work. I'll do 10 that way. Straight. 10 and then 10 by 10 that way. Okay, There we go. It allows room. That's how big my little bag's going to be. And then here I'll do, it's going to be a little bit bigger than 10 by 10, but we'll just have a straight edge on that side, have a straight edge on this side, then do 10, excuse me, oh look, we'll do 10 this way, and then do 10 that way. Okie dokie. There we go. And that's not going to go to waste because that can be added on and used for something else. Okay, so I'll just move this away for now and I'll actually sit down. Oh, excuse me, sniff, sniff. And work on this. Is it 10 by 10? Hang 10. 10 by 10, hang 10. I'll cut this up to be the right size as well, which it's 10 that way, so we'll just cut that little bit off. I think it's these extra bits that I cut off there, so that's 10. Where are we? 10 wide by 10. Okay, we need the 10 over on this side. There we go. 10 by 10. It's got that little bit on the top. Okay, so that's the back of it. Now, as you can tell, actually I will use one of these. As you can tell, this is going to be a bit bigger, or a bit smaller than 10 by 10. So is that way. I need probably maybe half or 3/4 of an inch. Okay, we'll go 3/4 of an inch. 1, 2, 3. Where we cut that off, and 1, 2, 3. Be a bit more than that. I might need 1/4 of an inch there. So cut that off. Now square it up a bit. We're going to put more fabric on there to get it to the 10 by 10. Okay, let's square it up at least, I think. How big? How big? So we've got, I might need a bigger one. No, not that one. My right one. Oh, seriously? Stay put. Okay. What's the finished size? It is 6 1/4 by 8 1/2. Okay. So we're going to need, so 6 1/4 there. So we'll say 6. So we're going to need, that's 4. So 2 inches and 2 inches on that side. And so it is 8 going on this side, well, 8 1/2. So basically 8. So we're going to need 1 inch and 1 inch on that side. No, 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches. It'll be all cut. So 2 inches this side, either side, and 1.5 inches that side. Actually, 2.5 inches. Ugh. Okay, so this is going to have that on this side here. One of these sides, doesn't really matter. I'd like to hop on the machine when I sew the things on this, and I'm just going to stitch in the ditch and just hold it down so it's stitched in. Then for this one, that's the base, having that in the middle, and oh, that's just about perfect. How big is that piece? Oh, needs to be straight. Now, can we have 1.5 inches of that? Is that 1.5 inches? 1.5 inches here. Okay. Let's look. Yep, that one. Okay. 1.5 inches. Tell you what, it's a lot of mathematics when it comes to doing this sort of stuff. And that matches this, so I might put it on the other side. So we have 1.5 inches. Go in. Don't move on me. There we go. There we go. 1.5 inches. Okay, I could probably use some of this. That part will be all right. So I can have this going here. Okay. Now what else have we got? Do we want little bits or do we want bigger bits? Might put that in there. And there goes my thing, 1.5 inches. It's almost 1.5 inches. Ooh, I don't mind that. Got this as well, that might be good. I'm just trying to grab little bits at this point. How wide is that? Inch and a half. There we go. Well, that's 1.5 inches. We could probably put that on that side. And that has that pinkish red, which matches that. I wouldn't mind having I've got these fabrics, which is a fair amount of fabric. So I might use this for on the inside. So 2 lots of 10. I could probably quite like that. I need 2 inches. I'll probably put that on the bottom. That. And then, oh, where did we go? What have we got? Actually, you know what? I really like these birdies. Might have that on the top. And I'm thinking, even though this is nice, I might put some of that on the piece. I might use some of this. on the side. I think that works. Yep. So, and then that's going to go on the inside, 10 by 10 to do the inside of it. And these bits and pieces are going to be put on the handle. I'm just going to have a whole heap of different stuff. Okay, so we need a 2.5 inch strip of the birdies. Okay. Yep. By the time that's done, I'm going to do the birds on top because look at this. 2.5. Where are we? Here we go. I'll cut it, and then I'll cut it even the other way. There we go. And then go 2.5. Oh my goodness, this stuff. Hopefully I'm in camera. If not, it's okay. So 2.5 that way. So that bit will go on the top. Okay, and then this is going to be used for something else. This is going to be a 1.5 inch strip by 10. So I'll make it a little bigger and even it up. There we go. Got the heater on, but I reckon it's a bit warm. So here we go. So 1.5. Geez, and then thinking I was bigger than I was. And that's going to go on the side. And then this will be 2.5. I wonder if I can have some of that. I reckon I should be able to grab that because I quite like that. So make the half from there by, we'll say by 10. So the half. I'll just do that. This will be okay. We'll do 2.5. There we go. And we'll get that in. Okay. So what I need to do now is close this because we don't want to cut ourselves. Move this out of the way. And so that to there. My pin cushion. Which is the right way? That one looks right about I'll go up a little higher. Okay. And then always cut off this. That's going to be a scrap that I use. Then where's this piece? Okay. Always go a little higher. Is that the right way? I never know. There we go. Okay, and then cut that off, and then I'll iron that out. That can go over there, and then I'm going to put this on the bottom and that on the top. Okay, that should be good, and then that will be our piece. all sewn together. Okay, how many? 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do, while I've got your attention, where are we? I've made up these packs, which are using very similar, Corinne encouraged me to expand my repertoire of bits and pieces. So I got these fabrics, and they're that's the completed kit. There's 10 pieces plus 2, because it's vintage, Blend Studio, I needed something vintage, so I've got vintage buttons and 2 vintage motifs, but the rest of this fabric is new. And I'll just open that up. These are beautiful linens. So you've got eight vintage buttons in matching colours, and you got these beautiful Japanese linen, and I'll just quickly show you. Just gorgeous, and they match this sort of stuff that I'm doing. Some of this fabric is about $50 a metre, and rather than buying 1 metre of one thing, you can get well, probably by the time you add it together, it'll be over 1 metre of different. Look, isn't that gorgeous? It just looks really French. This is a sort of like an upholstery fabric that I had in my stash, which I added. I only bought the 8, and then I added 2. This is Japanese, from the Japanese range. It's gorgeous, really love it. I mean, it's beautiful fabric, really high quality. This stuff here is, you know, $50 a metre, so just really, really nice. See, here we go. Made in Japan. So the Japanese gorgeous fabric, and I've got 2 stripes, but they're different. Can't have enough stripes. And then I thought I needed another blue, and I had this beautiful, quite fine linen in this bluey colour that matched that, as well as adding that the upholstery. So it's a little bit thicker, but it just works really, really well. So these are what are available in the kits. So I just said, well, I can make them up. I've only got 16 available. So yep. So first in, best dressed. And this way you don't have to buy massive amounts. You just, you know, you pay the $50 for the 1 pack rather than $50 for 1 metre of all different bits and pieces. I think that one went next. Oh, excuse me, sniff, sniff. That. I just love them. I think they're so beautiful. Really, really high quality fabrics, like from Japan, but as you can see, they're a little bit frayy, but that's okay. When you're stitching them down, it's fine. And then I just had to put in some vintagey buttons and motifs to go in as a bonus extra. So these are available on my website at the moment, and I thought I'd just put them in with this, what I'm working on here, because the colours sort of match, and I didn't want to do another, you know, another video. Here's more stuff on my website. So yeah, so I thought I'd just change up what I'm doing. These are available, so yeah, go and have a sticky and grab yourself. It's new fabric, but it's really high quality, and it's a way of getting really nice fabric without having to, you know, of different range rather than the one lot for the same price. Okay guys, well, I'll just put this away, and then I'm going to do some sewing and sewing the back of this, and then I'll probably do sewing the back of this, and maybe in the next video I will, this would be already sewing down. I'll probably I'm going to stitch down. I'll probably stitch up with the machine, stitch in the ditch, and then maybe the next video I'll show you putting the bag together, or even making the handles. So I don't know how long they are. Where's my... Oops, sorry. But I think these are a really good size for a handle. So let me look. So say 30 inches, 76 centimeters. So 30 inches, 76 centimeters long by 4 inches wide, or 4 centimeters wide, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch long by, wide by 30 centimeters. So you would need 2 of them in that size, 1.5 inch by 30 inch, or 4 centimeters by 76. Is that what I said? 30, yeah, centimeters. So there you go. So I'm gonna have that, those cut out, and then I might find some fabric, whether I have one fabric like I've done on here, but as you can see, I mean, I did this probably in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was a while ago. So it's gotten worn, so I'm thinking maybe I might double up some fabric. I think it's only one lot that I've sewn around. Okay guys, well, yeah, I've got a bit of sort of sewing to do in the background, so as you can tell, just sew that onto there like that, that onto there, and then the bit that'll be ironed out, and then I'm going to work on stitching that down and stitching the other piece down. Okay, well, I will catch you in the next video, and thank you very much for watching. Not a real long one this time. Yeah, but go and have a look on the website at some beautiful fabrics. Oh, it's gonna be gorgeous. Really nice bag. So that'll be going up that way. Yeah, so I'll be back once all this part is sewn and done. Thanks for watching. Bye.